high as you can, and then I want you to raise it a little bit more. Okay? So that is an analogy that I want you to hold on to, because I think we all do our business and we're like, yeah, totally doing my business, right? And we raised it and we did it about this much. And when we really, really are working hard and we're really striving for a goal, we might raise it high like that, as high as you think you can. But you can always push yourself a little bit further, right? You can still raise your hand a little bit higher. And that's what I want to talk about. So the first thing about your business is that this is your business. You need to stay accountable to your business.
I think so.
So in order to grow, you need to be the change, and you need to take responsibility because this is your business. When you get a Young Living commission check, who is it written to? It's in your name, right? Yes, you have a team of people that you're helping and they're working hard and that's helping you as well. But the check is written to you, right? It's not written to your downline. So you need to be the one that creates the change. If you're feeling stuck in your business or you're feeling like you're faltering, talk to your enroller, go higher, use the group, our business group, the distillery, or your smaller business groups if you have them, to find ways to get inspired, to find ways to look out of your box of what you do for your business. Because sometimes we just get so used to doing this, that, and the other that we forget there's a whole myriad of other things that we can do for our business to grow. So be the change so that you can grow yourself personally and leadership skills, and that change will filter down to your downline and help your downline grow. So an important thing to think about is the difference between employee thinking and entrepreneurial thinking. So we're all used to going to school, being told this is what you need to do, fill in the colors, but don't go outside the lines. The sky is blue, the grass always has to be green. We have to do things in a certain way, right? We graduate, we get our job, and we go to the job, we're told you have to be here at a certain time, you can't leave till this time, you can't go to vacation because you don't have any vacation days, you only have this many sick days. Someone's telling you when you can eat, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can take time off, right? And is that the kind of life that you want for the rest of your life until retirement? I know that that is not something that I was looking for. So entrepreneurial thinking is kind of weird and scary for some people, but it's really the wave of the future. Uber drivers, how many Uber drivers, are working their own job? They're creating their own business. There's so many opportunities to be an entrepreneur, and Young Living is giving us an excellent opportunity to do that by just sharing our love of these awesome products and building a team. So we need to kind of get out of that mindset of that employee type thinking and really start thinking, if we want to build our business and be successful, we also need to think outside the box. And we need to fall in love with failure. Being an entrepreneur means that you have to be okay with sticking your neck out there and maybe being told that, no. Maybe doing a workshop and having nobody show up. But you know what? That's a perfect opportunity to take that 2 hours that you just set aside to do a workshop and follow up with your business builders or follow up with your kit sales. Nobody needs to know that you didn't have anybody show up. Take pictures and put it on Facebook and say, look at my great workshop, right? They don't need to know. But falling in love with failure, if we don't fail, we're not going to learn. If we keep doing the same old safe thing to stay in our safe little box of expectations, we will stay where we are. And if you want to grow your business, you have to get used to trying things that aren't going to necessarily work, trying things that are just going to be flops, and you're just going to learn how to deal with it, learn from it, and move forward. Learning from our mistakes is the best way to grow. So fall in love with failure. It's not a dirty word. It's actually a great opportunity. And then build your business. Connections, really, really important. We are in the business of relationships. We need to build our relationships with our interested people and let them know that we're not just in it for a kid sale, that we're in it really because we truly want to help them. We want to help them have a better life, be healthier, and with our business people, we want to make sure that we feel connected and they feel connected with us so that they can come to us when they have issues and feel safe saying like, I really don't know what I'm doing, or can you help me? I'm totally stuck. So make sure you have those connections because that's what's going to keep your business going. And tell your story. So here's my version of my story before I went to an Eric Worre GoPro networking seminar. So someone would come up to me and say, what do you do? And I would say, oh, well, I used to teach hypnobirthing and I used to have a private practice of my hypnotherapy practice and I loved it and it was really great, but then I started using Young Living essential oils and I fell in love with the products and I had some really great success stories with them, and before you knew it, things were really rocking and rolling with my business and I was able to quit my jobs in June of 2014, and then in June 2015 my husband was able to quit his job, and then they would be like, whoa, what? Right? Okay, so I can tell my story. It was compelling in that I was able to quit my jobs, but I really wasn't telling my story as effectively as I could. So, to tell your story, you need to tell 4 parts. This is from Eric Worre, who wrote a book called GoPro. I highly recommend it. If you can go to any of his seminars, they're well worth the money. So, you got to start with your background, where you were before you started Young Living. You got to tell what you didn't like about it. Then you need to talk about the solution, which is Young Living. And then you need to talk about how you feel about the future. So out of those 4 pieces, which piece do you think is the most important part? The part that you spend most of the time talking about? Some people are saying 3, 4. Yeah, like it would seem like 3 and 4 would be the right ones. And that's basically what I said, right? My story, I said a little bit about my background, but I talked about Young Living and how it changed my life and changed my husband's life. What Eric Worre says is that we need to focus on number 2, what we didn't like about it. So here's my story using these 4 parts. Someone asks me, what do you do? I say, well, I used to be a hypnobirthing instructor and I used to have a private practice with my hypnotherapy clients and I loved it. It was totally what I thought I was put on earth to do. But the problem was my husband was a school teacher and his income was not cutting it. We weren't going to have huge raises. So basically, if we wanted to live the life that we wanted to live, it was up to me. We were raking up credit card debt because we were living a La Costa life on a Walmart budget. And there wasn't a way that I could see on how we were going to get out of our debt. I didn't want to work weekends. I was already working, drop the kids off, go see clients, pick the kids up, after school activities, have dinner. 4 nights a week I was gone until 10:30 or 11, teaching or seeing clients. And I just didn't see how I could give up more time with my family. And it was really hurting my heart knowing I wasn't there for my kids. So when I found Young Living, I really was not planning on doing the business at all. But I loved the product so much. They helped me with so many of the things that we were dealing with. It helped us stay healthy. That I figured I'd give it a whirl. And I thought, maybe in a couple of years, I might make a couple extra $100 that would help cushion my credit card bill debt and help us pay it off a little bit more than just paying the minimum. And things just started really booming. A lot of my friends were really interested in learning more about the business, and so they started using them and sharing about them, and before you know it, I was able to quit my job after 1.5 years, and my husband was able to quit his job after 2 years. And now we're traveling all over the world, and I'm impacting tens of thousands of people's lives using oils. Now, thank you all. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do that, right? So which one is more compelling? The second story, right? Because I was able to show my heart. I was able to be vulnerable and share with you, like, we were in credit card debt. Like, there was not a way out that I could see we were just going to have tens of thousands of dollars in debt for forever until I found this solution. So it's really, really important for you to identify what that pain point is for you, what you didn't like about your life prior to finding your Young Living success story, and really using that in your story, because people connect more with pain. When you're vulnerable, they're going to feel that, they're going to have their heartstrings tugged on, and they're going to recognize that within themselves. And when you share from your pain, they're more than likely going to want to learn more versus just saying, yeah, these oils are great. So as you go on in with your business, really pay attention to making sure that you're staying vulnerable with your story and that you're really highlighting that second part, okay? And be accountable. This is your business, like I said, you're getting the check, right? So if you had all the time in the world and you have all the resources available for you to be successful with all the resources that we have available for our team and all the resources that Young Living has available to us. If you had 30 days to just sit and just work your butt off, could you get to the next rank within the next 30 days? Yes. You could, right? If you really, really worked really, really hard, you could. So what's stopping you? It's too hard, I don't have the time, I don't know enough people, everybody I know uses oils, this, that, and the other, right? All of those easy to come by excuses that get in the way of you just saying, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it as much as I can so that I can reach the level of success that I want. So, one of the things that Eric Worre did in his workshop was he has this accountability thing that's pretty remarkable. He asked a gentleman, what political party do you align with? And the guy was like, oh, this room of 20,000 people or whatever it was, I don't really want to say. And he finally said, Democratic, and then Eric Worre said, well, how much money in your budget do you think you could feasibly give up comfortably? And the guy said, $2,500. So he said, okay, you have the capability of getting to the next rank, right? Yep. You have all the tools you need? Yep. So in the next 30 days, if you don't hit the next rank, you have to give that $2,500 to Trump's campaign. And you have to put your name on the website, and then you have to go on social media and say, I just donated $2,500 to Trump's campaign. And the guy had a look of horror on his face, and he was like, no. And so what do you think that guy's gonna do if he's really held accountable to that goal, okay? Another example was pretty extreme. He asked an African-American guy, hey, what's an organization that you really dislike? The guy said, the KKK. And he asked the same question, what amount of money can you feasibly give up? And the guy said, $10,000. Wouldn't that be nice to be able to just give up $10,000 comfortably? So he said, okay, you are capable of getting to the next rank. You have all the tools. If you don't get to the next rank, in 30 days, you have to go on the KKK website, donate $10,000, and put that on your social media. I just donated $10,000 to the KKK. He's not going to do that, right? He's going to work his butt off to make sure that he's keeping his $10,000, he's going up in rank, and he's not giving money to that organization that he hates so much. Another example, if you don't want to do that, is to think about something that you love. Do you love working out? Do you love knitting? Do you love watching Netflix? Okay, if that's your thing, whatever your thing is, if you don't get to the next rank within your time frame, you don't get to do that thing till you get to the next rank. So you give yourself the 30 days, you work as hard as you can, and if you don't get to that next rank, you can't watch your favorite TV shows on Netflix, you can't go to the gym, you can't do whatever, drink wine, whatever, right? Until you get to that next rank. So that's pretty extreme, but it's a pretty good example to think about in your mind. What's keeping you from doing what you need to do? It's just excuses, and it's fear, right? It's fear of failure, it's fear of putting yourself out there, and we're going to talk about those fears and get rid of them. But it's a really good exercise to just think about. And if you want to do something like that, to be accountable, talk to your enroller and put it out there. By this point in my career, in 3 months or whatever, I want to be the next rank, and I need you to hold me accountable. Check in with me every week or check in with me every month, and let's powwow and make sure that I'm going to get to the next rank. Maybe it's not your enroller, maybe it's a cross-line friend that's also working hard towards that goal. Find the people around you that you can work with to stay accountable so that you can do what you need to do. We all are capable. I'm just a regular person. I just started 2.5 years before you all did. I worked my butt off. I stayed up till 1 in the morning. I slept 6 hours and, I did it. But I knew it was going to be for a short amount of time. I knew it wasn't going to be forever. And I knew that if I put in the time now, it was going to pay off later. And it totally is in way more ways than I could have ever imagined. So be accountable. This is your business. Take responsibility. Don't be the kind of leader that's sitting there complaining about this leg's not doing this, okay? This is your business. Find out what you can do to motivate those people. And if you can't motivate them, do what you need to do. Sell more kits. Do more workshops. Do more things to get more kits, okay? Income potential. Ryan already kind of touched on this. But how much can you earn? The highest paid doctor is an orthopedic surgeon who makes $421,000 per year. I used to be a licensed clinical social worker. The top rank of that pretty much was about $66,000 per year. But look at what Young Living can provide. At a platinum average, you can make $68,000 a year. Royal Crown Diamond, you can make over $1 million a year. And here's the 2015 income statistics a little better so you can see better. And it talks about the hours that you might need to work and how long it might take you to get there, I think. But it's something to look at. It's something that I would look at pretty much every day and just, I'd be star, but I'd scroll all the way over to Royal Crown Diamond and I'd be like, man, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna get there. And I kept dreaming about that. And all those people that say like, oh, it's oversaturated in San Diego, where everybody knows about oils, blah, 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 blah. No, not gonna accept that. You might have your circle of friends that might be using oils or might be using doTERRA oils or whatever, right? But you don't know the next person that you might meet, the waitress at your restaurant or the Uber driver that you use, or the next person that you talk to in the grocery store might be your next rock star. Your next rock star is probably somebody that you don't even know yet. You haven't even met them, okay? So let's change that whole mindset of like, I've exhausted all my people, everybody is already using oils. No, you have an opportunity to share oils everywhere you go. Every time you're at the soccer game, pull out your oils. Every time you're at the grocery store waiting in a long line, get your deep relief out and share it with your friend. You friend right in front of you, okay? Your rock star person, you probably don't know yet. So talk and share and know that there's ample opportunity out there for you to grow your business. And dream bigger than you ever could have imagined. Like I said, I would look at that income statement and dream about like, oh my gosh, what if we were Royal Crown Diamond? Like, how crazy would that be? What would we be able to do? We'd be able to pay off all our debt. Yep, did that. We'd be able to start saving for our kids' college fund. Yep, starting to do that. We're doing things that were beyond what I could have ever imagined before I started doing this business because it wasn't anything I could have ever accomplished before. But by dreaming bigger, you're putting that energy out there and you're gonna attract that. So, We all have uphill hopes, but downhill habits. So this is from John Maxwell, who's amazing. I love all of his books. He talks about we all want to be here, but do our habits fit our goals? So I want you to think about the rank that you want to be at and how much money that would bring you per month. And think and give yourself an honest assessment. Did you work enough that you would pay somebody else that amount last month? Did you put in the hours and the time and the effort to quantify paying somebody $5,000 a month if that's what you want to be earning? Can you honestly say that? Probably not, okay? Because just like that hand raising exercise, we probably raise it when we say, are we raising our hand as high as we can? We're probably raising it here. We're not raising it all the way to the very, very top, okay? So when we have our goals, we need to think about what are we doing every single day consistently to work up the hill. We all get 24 hours in a day. Beyonce does, I do, you do, okay? We don't get to say, oh, I'm only gonna put in 60% and I'll roll over the 40. Tomorrow I'll make it up. We don't get to roll over our hours and our days. Every single day, we only have 24 hours and we can only give 100%. If we aren't giving 100% today, it doesn't roll over, we don't get a do-over, and that's going to help you go downhill. If you're not putting in 100% every single day, focused on what can I do that's business building and income producing. So figure that out. If you need help, talk to your enrollers, talk to your crossline people, and figure out what those things are. We've got so many tools in our business group. The daily task calendar has things that you can do Monday through Friday that are just 15-minute little tasks. Everybody has 15 minutes in a day. I don't care if you have 22 kids and you're homeschooling, you have 15 minutes. While you're sitting on the toilet taking a poop, you've got 15 minutes, okay? That's the reality. Like, find 15 minutes. Everybody has 15 minutes. And you can put in 15 minutes or more every day, Monday through Friday, or whatever it is, so that you are building your business. So let's break through the barriers that are holding us back. Let's break through those things that are keeping us from accomplishing what we want in our lives, business-wise, but also personally, okay? What are the fears that you guys have about your business? Yell them out. Fear of success?
That we're gonna lose friends.
That you're gonna be pushy and you're gonna lose friends?
Not knowing the answers.
Not knowing the answers, okay?
May not work.
May not work, the oils might not work, the product might not work, okay?
Spending too much money up front.
Spending too much money up front.
They like doTERRA.
They like doTERRA. That's a great opportunity to show them the difference. Just do a smell test with peppermint and they will be sold. Okay, so we have lots of reasons why we don't put ourselves out there 100%. And we're going to get rid of those barriers to your business and to your life. So it's important to remember that your thoughts affect everything. Every single thought you have is affecting your entire life. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose, I think I can bust it out and just go up one rank per year or one rank every 2 years? Or are you going to go, it's too hard, I can't do it, there's too many people doing the business? You have to figure out what you can do, and you can do this. Everybody can do this. So your thoughts and your expectations not aligning with what you want equals stress. And when we're stressed, our body releases a fight or flight response, which brings more blood and oxygen to our heart and our lungs, our defense systems, and makes less blood go to our head, our brain, where we need it, so that we can have oxygen and blood running to our brain so we can make healthy decisions, good judgment, and all of those things. thank goodness we have our oils. Stress away, peace and calming, 2, grounding, valor 2, like all those things, right? So use your oils to minimize the stress of life, because that's a daily thing, so that you can make good judgment calls and have clear decision-making skills. Lasting changes occur when stress is minimized and thoughts are stored in the right place. So what's the right place? Your brain, okay? Your brain, your thought process has 2 parts. You've got a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. So it's kind of like a desktop computer. Your conscious mind is the screen, it's what you see. What you see is what you get. The subconscious brain or mind is that hard drive. So the conscious mind is that rational thinking, planning part of your brain. It's also that part of your brain that goes, oh my gosh, what if everybody hates me? I'm never gonna do it. It's the worst case scenario, like plan B through Z kind of thinking, right? And I think as women, we do that. Like we'll take a situation and we'll be like, oh my gosh, but if something goes wrong, here's plan B, here's plan C, and we go through like every single catastrophe that could ever happen. And all that does is rile us up, get us more stressed, get us more anxious, and probably none of those things even ever would happen, okay? But that's where we get stuck in that kind of spiral thought process of all the worst case scenarios. So that's your conscious mind. And then you have your subconscious mind, that hard drive memory part of the computer of your brain. So one part controls all of your bodily functions, okay? Just like the computer makes sure that there's lights and stuff flashing, there are processes that are happening in the computer that we don't really know what's going on. When I press enter, something happens and Google shows up, but I don't know like how that happens. There's like something already programmed in there, right? And when we eat food, we chew it and we swallow it, but we're not necessarily aware of like, okay, the stomach acids are now breaking down my food, and my stomach muscles are now churning the food and breaking it down and sending it to my intestines. Yeah, right? Like that's just an automatic process. When we're active, our heart rate goes up, our lungs are working harder. When we're ready to go to sleep, our lungs slow down, our heart rate slows down, and all those things just happen automatically without us even thinking about it. Now the other part of the subconscious brain mind is that memory keeper. Just like in a hard drive, every single thing that you do in your life, from birth until now, is something that has been recorded in that memory keeper, hard drive of your brain. So every time that you said, I'm not good at this, I can't do this, I don't know enough people, I'm not good at sharing, ooh. Like every time you sat there and thought those negative thoughts of like, oh gosh, no one's gonna show up to my workshop, I probably should just not even have it. All of those negative things that you said, all of those excuses that you said have now become a program that is programmed permanently into that hard drive that's on in the background of your mind, just playing over and over in the background of your mind. And that's why we might have the insight of knowing, I need to do this, this, and this to build my business, but yet we don't do those things because that background program is so automatic that it's going to make those excuses and just automatically get in your way of doing those things. So we need to change the program, and that's what we're going to do with our guided imagery in a minute. So your brain's kind of like this iceberg. We're only aware of a little portion of it, but there's so much underneath the surface that is affecting our lives, and that's where I'm going to teach you how to change your mind and change your life. So there's 3 laws of the mind, and the first one is, for every thought you have, there's a corresponding physical or chemical change. So every single thought you have creates some kind of physical or chemical change. And would you believe that research shows that we think about 20,000 thoughts per day? So are you aware of 20,000 thoughts running through your head per day? It's a whole lot of thoughts. Some people are nodding and some people are like, no way. Okay, so if there's 20,000 thoughts running through your day, in your head, we're probably aware of like that little top portion of that iceberg, right? And that whole bottom portion of the iceberg are all those automatic thoughts that we're not paying attention to. Just like when your computer is on, there's humming, there's stuff going on, there's lights flashing, there's all these processes going on underneath the surface that we're not aware of that's keeping the computer running and doing what it needs to do. So we need to make sure that if we want to be successful, that we're thinking the right kinds of thoughts. You can't always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on inside. So if we start paying attention to what we're thinking to create the kinds of physical and chemical changes that we want versus the ones that we don't want, we're probably going to be more successful in life and in business. So the placebo effect is the hugest, best example of a thought creating a physical chemical change. Every medical experiment that they do, that's a blind study, they'll have the control group that has the illness, and they won't give that group any kind of treatment. And within that control group, there's always a certain percentage of people that will have a successful outcome even though they got no treatment. Just because they were in a placebo, they have the placebo effect. Just because they were in a medical experiment, their brain just decided like, yay, we're hopefully getting the treatment, and things change. Chemically, physically changing within them to bring healing without actually anything ever happening. So there was an amazing study that was done with people that needed arthroscopic knee surgery. And they took the control group of people that needed the knee surgery and having pain, and the control group got no surgery. The actual group of people that got surgery had their knees, opened up with the scopes that went in, with the cameras that identified the body part that was in there that needed to be scraped or removed or whatever, and then they got sewed up. The control group got a fake surgery. So they were numbed from the waist down, they're laying on the table, they've got a drape so they can't see below their waist, the doctor's got their doctor coat, they're on the other side of the white drape, they put a cut right where the scopes would normally go in, they move something around so the patient's feeling the pressure, thinking that there's scopes going into the knee cavity, there's a TV in the room that's playing someone else's knee surgery in the inside of their knee. So the patient's lying there looking up and seeing it and hearing it and thinking, that's the inside of my knee. And then the doctor's like, yep, look, right here is where it's causing you the pain, scraping it away, we're gonna get rid of it, you're gonna be good to go. Sewed them up and never told them you actually got nothing done. So guess what the success rate was of the people that got the fake surgery compared to the people that actually got a part removed from their body? 100%. They had the same success rate as the actual people that got something removed, because when they were laying on that table getting that fake surgery, their brain thought that was real. Their brain saw it, felt it, heard the doctor say, yep, we're good to go. Has a scar, felt those scopes in there, saw in the video, yep, that part got removed. And that programmed their brain to do whatever healing was necessary, change the physical and chemical makeup of their body so that they didn't have knee pain anymore. Isn't that like the most insane thing you've ever heard, that someone could get a fake surgery and have a successful outcome? So if someone can do that with a knee pain and get rid of their knee pain, what can you do with your life if you start taking control of your thoughts and creating the kinds of thoughts that are going to help you with your business and with your life? Second law is you can only think one thing at a time. In all those 20,000 thoughts, you can only think one thing at a time. So does this sound familiar? I really want to do better at my business, but I don't have any time. I really want to do better at my business, but I don't know anybody else that wants to buy a kit. I really want to do better at my business, but, okay? You say the statement of what you want, and then you immediately are canceling out with the secondary negative statement. How many of you do that? I mean, it's something that we do with life, okay? So it's important to think you can only think one thing at a time, but when you're ping-ponging your statements and you're saying, oh, I want, and then canceling it with a but, this, that, and the other excuse, you're actually canceling anything in your brain to move forward. Your brain is like, well, which one do you want? Do you want the I want or the I don't want? I don't know, so I'm just gonna stay here and be stuck. And I'm not gonna help you do anything. So, you need to be mindful of the words don't and try. When you hear yourself saying, I don't want blank blank, you need to cancel in your head, saying literally in your head, cancel, cancel, or delete, delete. And then you need to change it to what you want, okay? The word I don't is a word that your brain doesn't register. What happens when you tell a little kid, don't touch that? They're immediately touching it and looking at you like, what did you just say? Okay, so when you say I don't want to be sick, your brain is hearing I blank want to be sick. And when you're saying, oh gosh, everyone around me is sick and I don't want to get sick, I don't want to get sick, what happens? You're sick, right? But why are doctors and nurses who are around germs and illnesses all day, every day, some of the healthiest people? Because they tell themselves, I've got the strongest immunity because I'm constantly around all these germs, right? But the reality is they're around germs that are constantly changing and morphing into these superbugs, so they might be immune to flu symptom A or whatever, but they aren't immune to this year's flu virus, H, but they tell themselves, no, I got the strongest immune system, so they stay healthy. So pay attention to how many times you're saying don't in your head, and you're going to be really, really surprised at how negatively we talk to ourselves. We're constantly saying don't statements. So catch yourself, cancel, cancel, delete, delete, and then change it to what you want. And then the other word, try. How many of you have tried to lose weight, tried to exercise more, tried to drink more water, tried to eat healthier, right? We can all try to do those things, but if I tell my brain I'm going to try to work out, the first excuse that I can find, I will not work out because I don't like to sweat. So I'm not going to work out if I say I'm going to try to work out more. But if I put it on my calendar and say I'm going to work out 3 times a week, no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm going to do it, okay? So don't try to work to the next rank. Don't try to get more kit sales. Don't try to be more focused on your business. Don't try to find more time for your business. Just do it. Just say, I'm going to find more time to put towards my business. I'm going to schedule these many workshops, this workshop, this make and take, whatever. I'm going to set up this many appointments with my friends to talk about oils or to talk about the business or whatever. And if you set it, it's going to happen. But if you say you're going to try implies failing. Your brain automatically is going to say like, oh, she's not 100% committed, so I'm not going to help you. But your brain, that innermost part, that subconscious mind is connected to that divine part within you, that the universe, the God, whatever you want to believe, that always wants your highest and best good. But if it's not getting the clear message of what you really want, it's just going to go, oh, we'll just stay stuck here until you figure it out. How many of you know someone that has smoked for 25 years, tried so many ways of quitting, but then someday cold turkey decides to quit? Right? Everybody's heard of those stories. Some of you might even know an actual person that's done that. That smoker decided one day, I'm done. Cold turkey and stopped. But how many times did they try to quit and failed, right? But once they had their mind set, I'm done with cigarettes, I'm never doing one of those, I'm never smoking another cigarette again, they were done. No side effects, nothing. Okay? So it's all about paying attention to what you're thinking and how you're thinking. So your thoughts should agree with your words should agree with your actions, but in this world, people think one thing, say another thing, and do something else, right? So say what you mean, do what you want to have happen in your life, because you are responsible for your life. Stop putting it on everybody else and take responsibility, because this is your life. You only get one chance. So your thoughts precede your reality. So this one's a little bit hard to wrap your mind around, but quantum physics has shown this to be true. Quantum physics, super scientific stuff, has shown that every thought that you have leaves your head. It's a wave of energy, and it goes out into the universe. And the law of energy is that anything that leaves its original source always comes back to its original source. So if all I'm sending out into the universe, all of those energy waves of thoughts are, ooh, I don't think I can do this business. I can't do this. I'm not good at that. I don't know enough people. I don't have enough time. You're going to get stuck in your business, and you're going to feel really unsuccessful. But if you change your thoughts and start putting out what you want, I have people falling into my lap that want to know more about oils. I have people falling into my lap that are motivated business people. I have kit sales all the time. I have opportunities falling in my lap to share about oils. Okay, you would think after almost 3 years of doing this business that I would run out of people to share oils with. But I pretty much once a month, there's somebody in my Facebook friend list that's been watching my Facebook posts for the last 2.5 years that was never on my radar, that never commented, never liked a post ever, that all of a sudden falls in my lap and messages me and says, tell me more about these ones. Because I tell myself, I put out into the universe, I have people falling in my lap all the time that want to know about oils. No ifs, ands, or buts, no what ifs, no worst case scenario, just that's what I put out. And I just trust that the universe, God, whatever you want to believe, that it's just going to be taken care of if that's in my highest and best good. So that's the kind of thought process that you need to have. You need to start putting out the energy of what you want. So how many of you know somebody that's the lucky one? They're in the right place at the right time. They're always winning things. They're always like having just like the best of everything, right? And how many of you know somebody that's the unlucky one? They leave the house, car problems, relationship problems, work issues, this, that, and the other, right? If you ask each person, the lucky one and the unlucky one, like, wow, how are you so lucky all the time? They'd probably say something to the effect of, I don't know, I've always been lucky. If you ask the unlucky person, what is the deal? Like, why are you so unlucky? They would probably say, I don't know, I've always been unlucky. Okay? They believe it, they put that energy out, and it comes right back to them because that's all they've been sending out. So pay attention to your thoughts because this is so important. You are giving away your power every time you just let your thoughts just leave your head without paying attention to them. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. How many times in your life have you just worked really hard to get something and just obstacle, 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 and then you're like, forget it, whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything just starts falling into place and the opportunities start coming in and it's way better than you could have ever thought, right? Have you all had that kind of an experience? Okay? It's when we just put it out there and let the universe or God just take care of it and know that like however it needs to play it out, it's gonna play it out. I don't need to have to control every little piece of it. It's just gonna happen. So take your power back, okay? This is like a magic wand that I'm giving you, that you get to just now, bing, fairy dust on yourself and put it all over your life because you now get to create the life that you want instead of just letting your thoughts go here and there and wherever and thinking like, oh, maybe my team will pull it together. No, this is your life, so take control of your life. This is kind of long. You can take a picture. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. So every thought you have becomes a bigger and bigger snowball piling upon another roll, okay? It just becomes bigger and bigger. So So start taking control back of your thoughts. So oils to help you release the barriers. I'm going to walk you through a short guided imagery that you can do at home, and you can use these oils topically or use them in a diffuser. And they're just going to help you get rid of those fears and those blockages and all those excuses a little bit more easily. So let's do the guided imagery, okay? So, yes. All right, so let's get ready to do the guided imagery. I want you to just sit with your feet firmly on the floor. Just put your pens down, your phones down. Just put your hands comfortably. It doesn't matter. Okay, and just go ahead and close your eyes, or if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, just kind of start zoning out at the floor in front of you. And I want you to just take a couple nice, deep, cleansing breaths in and out. And I want you to imagine or think about a big, beautiful blue sky inside your head, in your mind. And as you exhale, there might be clouds in your head representing all of those thoughts that are mingling in your head. And I want you to just use your breath. And as you exhale, imagine or think about your breath just blowing those clouds, those thoughts out of your head, so that all that's left is a beautiful blue summer sky. And just continue doing that, taking some nice deep cleansing breaths and using your breath to just blow those annoying thoughts, those clouds out of your mind. And then I want you to imagine that right above your head is your own personal sun. It's this nice, warm, glowing globe right above your head. And it's just the perfect temperature, and you can feel the warmth on your skin, on the top of your scalp, and it's so relaxing. And I want you to bring that warmth, that soothing feeling into your head and bring it down into your eyebrows, relaxing your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, bringing that warm relaxation, that sunlight, that just relaxing light into your eyes, into your cheekbones, down your cheeks, relaxing your jaw muscles, letting your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth, relaxing your lips, and bring that warm, glowing, soothing, calming energy down into your neck, relaxing your neck muscles, the front of your neck, the back of your neck, and just bring that energy, that soothing energy, relaxing energy into your shoulders. And just feel how when you focus on your shoulders just kind of sink into the frame of your body. Just letting all the tension from the day, all the stress of the day, just roll off your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingertips, out to the universe. All that stress, all that daily tension just rolling right out. You might even imagine the stress and the tension as a certain color within your body, and just see it just flowing out your fingertips out to the universe, to be dissipated out to the universe, to be gone forever, to be replaced with that soothing, calming sunlight, that beautiful light. And then I want you to bring your attention to your chest and your stomach, and notice your chest and your stomach rising and falling with each calming breath. And notice how your breathing's slowed down just compared to a few minutes ago when we first started, how relaxed you're starting to feel. And then bring your attention to your neck, back of your neck. And I want you to bring relaxation into your spine. So bring that light down, or bring that feeling of warmth, that soothing feeling down each vertebra, one by one. Each vertebra just releasing, just letting go, one by one, all the way down your spine. Through your hips, down into your legs, the tops of your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles, the tops of your feet, and the soles of your feet. All the way down to the very tips of your toes. And then just scan your body for any other signs of stress or anxiety, any fear, any blockages, any barriers, all those excuses, the fear of being pushy, the fear of losing friends, the fear of success, the fear that you can't do it, all of those things, I want you to just see them as a certain color flowing out your fingertips, flowing out your toes, that all that remains in your entire body is just that warm, soothing sunlight, that relaxing, calming light. And I want you to just enjoy the feeling that you've created now in your mind and in your body of relaxation with just a couple minutes of focus, and know that you can come back here anytime. And now I want you to go on a little journey with me, a little adventure. And I want you to imagine yourself in a beautiful forest. So many trees around you. The smell is fantastic. You can smell all of those trees and the leaves and the freshness of the ground, and hear all those sounds of nature around you. And there's a pathway in front of you that looks really inviting, so go ahead and take a little stroll forward. Before you know it, you find yourself in a clearing. It's a beautiful field, maybe there's some flowers around. It's a perfect time of day. And across the clearing you see a little cottage or a little cabin, whatever you choose. It looks super inviting, so you go walk towards it. And you notice the windows are open, it looks really inviting. It's a bright, airy, happy looking place. And the door is open, so you decide to just take a little peek in. It's empty. This is actually your magic cottage or cabin. Your place to do some healing work, some release work. So go ahead inside. It's totally safe, totally comfortable, happy, comforting, and you find that there's a nice, comfy, overstuffed chair that just looks so inviting that you just plop yourself in it. You can feel the cushions around you supporting your body, and it smells great in this space, and you feel so comfortable sitting in this oversized chair. And notice right beside you is a little side table with a book. This is the book of your life. Go ahead and pick it up and open it up to today's page. And today you can see the activities that you had today. Maybe you're seeing yourself right now, or maybe it's written out, whatever you choose, however works for you. And I want you to just kind of page through all the pages of the past. And I want you to identify those pages that are the pages that are holding you back. And rip them out. Tear them out one by one, crumple it up, and throw them into a pile in front of you. So all the pages that represent the experiences that you had where someone told you you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy, that you can't be successful, all the times that you told yourself those kinds of things, all the times that you were fearful about life, about business, about whatever. I want you to quickly and easily go through your book, removing all of those pages. Rip them out, crumple up, throw them on the floor in front of you. And because your subconscious mind works so quickly, you can just do this really, really easily. And all of those pages that are holding you back, you're just ripping them out, tearing them up, crumpling them up, and throwing them on the floor. So go ahead and get finished. Skimming through your book, finding all those pages of those fears, of those blockages, of the things that are holding you back from being truly successful, the feelings of unworthiness, the experiences that led you to feel unworthy of success, I'm incapable of success, and rip them out, tear them out, crumple up. Okay? And know that you can go back to this exercise, you can go back to your magic cottage or cabin anytime you want to finish up or continue working, but let's get finished for right now. Go ahead and get it all taken care of for now. Put your book on the table, and then gather all those wads of paper, all those things that have gotten in your way that you're ready to get rid of, and and throw them into the fireplace that's right in front of you now. Stuff them in there. Get them all in there, every single one. Find that last one, there it is. Look all around and make sure you've got every single last crumpled up piece of paper that has held you back. And in your hand you find a lighter. Go ahead and light that up. Whoosh! Oh my gosh. You can feel the warmth of that fire just blowing up right in front of you. And you can see every single piece of that paper burning until it's gone. Until all that you have is flat, gray ash. Every single bit of that paper has been burned, and it's gone forever. You've released it, it's gone forever. Now I want you to go back and sit in your chair and pick up your book of your life and open it up several pages ahead, maybe even a couple chapters ahead. And I want you to see yourself as a royal crown diamond. I want you to see that check coming in the mail or seeing that direct deposit being deposited into your checking account. All of those zeros. I want you to see yourself or imagine yourself on the stage at convention getting to hug Mary and Gary Young and hearing your name being announced as the next newest Royal Crown Diamond. And I want you to feel how accomplished you feel. You worked so hard and it's paying off, and you feel so proud of yourself, so happy, so fulfilled, knowing that you are changing people's lives, that every dollar that you're making is proof that you are changing people's lives. And you can't wait to make more money, because that means more people's lives being improved, more people being empowered, more people becoming financially abundant. And it feels so amazing. Maybe your heart's racing a little bit, maybe you're feeling the excitement, maybe you're getting some tears welling up in the corner of your eye because you did it, you made Royal Crown Diamond. And it's amazing, and you're so happy. And I want you to see that in the book and know that that is in your future. And everything that needs to happen in between is just gonna fall right into place, and that you are taking back your power. You're going to pay attention to your thinking. You're going to make sure you're putting out the thoughts of what you want and putting in all the effort that you need to do. All the time that you need is just going to find its way into your life. All the people that you need to come into your life so that you can be successful are just going to fall into your lap. And just hold on to that feeling of knowing that you did it. It's in your book. It's now recorded there permanently for your subconscious mind to work out, to figure out. And all you have to do is keep at it, be consistent, work at it, be accountable, be empowered, and take control of your life and your business. Okay, so let's get back to the room. And know that you can go back to your magic cottage or cabin anytime you want. Come back to the room and know that when you're ready to open your eyes, or maybe you've already opened your eyes already, that when you open your eyes, you are letting your subconscious mind, that hard drive memory, know that everything that you just did is permanently recorded and that it is done. Okay? You're going to be successful. You're going to get to Royal Crown Diamond, and it's going to be your reality. Okay? So, here is something that you might want to take a picture of. These are affirmations. These are thoughts that you want to start thinking on a regular basis. So what I recommend is that you print this out or retype it or put it on your phone, set an alarm. If you print it out, put it on your bathroom mirror, so every morning when you brush your teeth and every night when you brush your teeth, you can read over it. And what I recommend is that when you start doing this exercise, you read them really quickly without thinking about them, okay? Just read them fast a couple of times as you're brushing your teeth without even thinking about them, because I guarantee when you start doing this exercise, there will be a wah-wah statement after something, up there, okay? And you want to avoid that. So the faster that you say these statements over and over to begin with, then it's just gonna go straight, get programmed into your subconscious mind and not get canceled out, okay? Eventually, as you do this exercise more and more frequently, your brain is gonna be able to say them and know with 100% confidence that yes, this is my reality, yes, this is my truth, yes, this is me, okay? So, those are affirmations. This is my last quote. There are 2 great days in your life, the day you were born and the day when you discover why. I want you to find that day that you discover why you were put on this earth. I want you to find that day of knowing that you were put on this earth to do great things and that you get to feel how awesome it is to know that you're influencing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people's lives for the better, and know that you are making an impact in the world. Okay, so that's my hope for you. I hope you found this exercise helpful, and there's my contact information. And thank you all for coming. We've got more products, so if anybody wants to buy stuff, we'll figure out how to PayPal stuff. If anybody wants to come and get more of the product brochures, grab some. Just make sure that you're not taking the whole pile so other people can take them. Do we have anything else that we want to share?
Yeah, 4 raffle items.
Oh yeah, we have 4 more raffle items. Yay!
Carol, tell people to come take more of the Wolf Berry samples, the bars. We have a ton.
Okay. And take more samples. We've got more bar samples and more